This gentleman is a stand-up comedian. He hosts a storytelling night called The Comfort Zone at Trixie's Bar. Sometimes it falls on the same night as this storytelling night, so we have dueling storytelling nights. But not tonight, because he's here. Please welcome Jason Brent.
Thanks, everybody. It's hard for me to describe myself as a single man, because it's really been a decade since I had my last relationship. So that's really more like alone, right? So, I know why it's been that long, because not that long ago I was in a bar talking to a really wonderful, beautiful woman, and she stopped the conversation to just say, "I just want to thank you for being the only one in here not flirting with me." I don't really think that was an option. I was like, I'm just having a good time being out with someone who's just not another dude I know. So when someone asked me to go out recently, I was like, oh, first date. I don't do that much. So let's see where this goes. We met at a Middle Eastern restaurant, which is probably the ideal first date place for someone who doesn't make a lot of money. So I go sit down. You get the standard first date conversation interview questions going. So I just get right into where I live. I just moved to Hamtramck. I know it's one of those cities Fox News says to be afraid of because Muslims still exist. It was really fine. I just met my new neighbors too. They're some hot black dudes who just eat beef soup all day, judging from the smells. They seem nice. I did live in a place off of 8 Mile, like the movie from the Mom Spaghetti. That was a good time. I don't have any roommates now, but I did then, and having a roommate taught me that anything you do for the first time, you should just embrace it and count it as a milestone. And that lesson came when I peed on that roommate's cat. I know she had that same reaction, like what? Like, oh, the cat was already in the toilet that I was about to use. It scratched me every time I touched it. So, I was like, "Cat, you know what I'm going to do here, cat, so let's just see." And I ended up peeing on a cat. I know, guys. Like, as an adult man, I know I made a decision to be ashamed of that story or not, but the cat didn't mind. Keep going. We got to the part of the first date where we swapped some recent ex stories. As I established, I don't have any of those. I could be like, I had someone I didn't think I was going out with said I need space for me right now. The day before she said that, we were out drinking in public, just playing on seesaw, so I thought I was still just a good time. I did, before that I had someone say, I don't want a relationship, when all I did was ask if I wanted to go to a different bar, like one that served food for once. So that's not the question I asked. I just want a cheeseburger with that PBR sometimes. That was a fun moment because a couple days after she said that, I ran into her on her way to a date with another dude. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that either. Well, I know we're not dating, but I still feel like I want to judge this guy. Can I meet him? That would have been weird because I was on my way to like a bar crawl by myself that night. It's not sad. I was trying to write out a panic attack, and I don't go to therapy. we go. I wind up on my one-man bar crawl at the place this girl's having her date, and I'm like, oh, I should like send over a drink. I know her drink of choice because we spend a heck of a lot of time together, including a couple sleepovers where she fell asleep on my couch making me hold her while I just watch TV because it's hard to sleep when you got a girl laying on top of you guys. Realizing as I sent the drink over that night, I didn't make eye contact with that girl or her boyfriend. Like she didn't know I was there, so I was like, oh man, I might have ruined this. I should leave. And I left before the drink got there, but I did still take a minute to look out the window. I'm like, yeah, she was just confused where the drink came from. That's how that went. I like to say her stories were more interesting than mine, but I honestly don't remember them. She talked about herself a little bit. She lived with her parents. She was sad about it, which I didn't understand because I lived with my dad until I was 31. I literally only moved out like a year ago. And he didn't even say like, I should be ashamed of it or it's weird or anything. The reason I moved out was he just said one day, you know, you can still take your time, but at this point, the realtor would appreciate it. That was fun conversation. Date kept going along. I got confused at the point where we're talking about our jobs because she was confused by my day job. As I'm an attorney and I basically sort documents all day. And the question comes up all the time, like, don't you want to be a real attorney? And I was like, no, person who meant me doing stand-up. No. I'm not even sure these people know what that means because, like, do I want to work in a courtroom? Like, that might seem like it's fun to watch me try to negotiate a plea deal with a prostitute, but even if you're getting someone off with a clean record, prostitutes are not easy people to negotiate with. Maybe it's like, try working for a law firm sometime. Like, oh, no, I don't want to do that either. The last time I did that, I had a boss. He liked to just come into my office and punch me. Just like, bam. What you gonna do about that? I think I'm gonna go back to work, sir. I really need this job. I worked there for 18 months, and that didn't happen just once. So, end of the day, she ended up paying for my food. So I think it went pretty well. Although maybe she just thought I was poor because I also mentioned that I sell plasma for money sometimes. But we'll never know because there was no second date. Thank you guys very much.